Hi, so I'm doing a interview with
African professor,
and this is about black fathers. So I just would like to interview you on black fathers and get some understanding and stuff like that, because I'm trying to set up some, I'm trying to get some information out there, right, for other potential black fathers and other black fathers, and also some younger black fathers too. So, how many children do you have? 6. Oh wow, I didn't know that. What's your oldest and your youngest?
My youngest is 3 years old, and my eldest is 35.
Okay. Do you keep in contact with them?
Not as often as I should, no.
Okay. Well, that's good, because what is good as well is honesty, and from when we're being honest about certain things that we're not doing that we should, then that can bring change. Are you married at the moment?
Yes.
Okay, that's very good. Now, in terms of in the household, do you set certain rules and regulations in your household?
Yeah.
Okay. And do you make sure that your children stick to those rules? Do you enforce them? And
I try to. Especially with the younger one, he's at that stage now where the terrible 2s and 3s, and they run everything in your house, they own everything, and they got a mind of their own.
Okay, that's good. And you and your wife would you say that you're trying to work together with her as a unit?
Oh, definitely.
Okay. And how would you say that she might see you as a husband?
How she might see me as a husband?
Yeah, from your own understanding and what you've experienced.
I think she'd see me as being very supportive of her, in the sense of where she's coming from, experiences in life, and I think if she were here, she'd say she's very appreciative of me.
Okay, that's good. I think I've met your wife once or twice before. Yeah. Okay. So, what advice would you give certain brothers, especially talking about black brothers, some of the younger brothers, on being a father and being a husband? What advice would you have to give to them? Because I know you have a lot of experience and you've been around a lot longer than me, clearly. Yeah.
The advice I would give to them is communication. Talk. You've got to learn also to forget your anger quickly.
Yes.
Really forget it quickly. Forget it and move on from there into something constructive that can get you, agreeing on ways forward. But certainly communication is key.
Okay. Because what we generally have heard many times, and I'm sure you might have heard it yourself, we hear things like how the black man is garbage, the black man doesn't care about his own seed or his own children or offspring, whichever name you want to use. How would you see that? Is that in your case and in many others that you've met, or would you say that a lot of black men care about their children?
Well, obviously I think at heart they do, but a lot of them aren't given the opportunity to express that care, that they more readily want to show that they've got for their children. There's all kinds of circumstances that prevent them from doing so. But I think we do care. Generally.
Well, you definitely care from the looks of it, and being married and setting up your household and making rules and stuff like that. And I would say honestly, from knowing you for a few years, I've seen you speak about the black family, certain issues to do with black people, and it seemed that these things were very close to you. So that's why as an elder I wanted to interview you to help also inspire certain younger brothers around my age, even a bit younger, who might be fathers or potential fathers, to, if they're lacking in some areas or not doing certain things, to do better. Because we need to do better for the future of our people. You know, and these things, even though we're men, it is very painful to see these things happening. You know, I would ask you, for example, with your sons and your daughters, would you say that it's good for them to see a positive example of you, so that when they want to get married or have their woman and stuff like that, then they can make better choices in their life? Would you say that it's...
Yeah, obviously we all need good role models to emulate. You know, although it's best to learn from other people's mistakes than your own. So I think, the family is the foundation that we have to look to try and strengthen. And the more we work together, communicate with one another, I think the better we can strengthen the younger ones coming up. You know, to set the right, impressions for them. You know, to stick together and go through the thick and the thin together. You know, don't be frivolous and fickle. You know, if we have an argument here and there. You know, teeth and tongue will be. We know that. So let's get over it and get on with the most important things of building families and building nations. Because the nation starts from the family.
Definitely, I agree 100%. And I'm sure, as you can see, there's been a great decline in the black family within the last 50 years or so. My personal understanding is that the father is needed in the household. And when we look at a lot of examples where there's no black fathers around, no marriage, things like that, then we see that there's a lot of confusion and destruction in the household when the father isn't there. So we're not saying that he's always necessarily wrong, but in some cases he's been pushed out, he's been excluded, whatever it may be. And we're looking at the mindset and how a lot of our people are today, and there's a lot of confusion, and they don't have a clear direction. So I believe personally that a father is a good direction also as another parent, and the father's even important too. You know, I don't know if you have anything to say on that, any more to say on that.
Well, I agree with that. The father is very important, just as the mother is very important in the family, because it's been said that a father will have more of an intellectual conversation with his children from very early on in comparison to the mother. I'm not saying that mothers don't have intellectual conversations with their children, but because mothers are traditionally busy doing this, doing that and everything, they come in with like short answers to questions that children put, whereas fathers, they've got more time, more relaxed, they can bring a broader understanding for children, but particularly for girls as well. Girls benefit from having fathers around. You know, and I think it's important that fathers do stick around their children.
Yeah, because what I've realized is when a lot of ladies have not had a positive father in their life, or not a father at all, then from what I've witnessed, I see a lot of them make a lot of bad choices in men, and the man might tell them certain things and they believe it, but their father would teach them that, you know, there's certain men out there that have certain ulterior motives, and they can spot it a lot easier if the father has taught it to them. But when a lot of them, their father isn't there, they make a lot of these mistakes in their life. And some of them also have a lot of hatred to men, especially as we see with a lot of our women having hatred towards their men. You know, so.
Well, in adding to that, I mean, I've always taught my daughter that, you know, her first experience of a relationship with a man is with me, her father.
Yeah.
And how I treat you, you shouldn't expect or look for anything less than what I would do for you. So I think if fathers have real love for their children, they would give them a balanced perspective, particularly from the men to the girls, of what they should expect from a man. And if he's falling below that, then sayonara, you know, see you later. So we do have a very important role to play as men.
Yeah, and I think also some of our women have not understood the actual importance of fathers. And a lot of the time we hear things like, oh, well, I don't need a man, or their child doesn't need a father, and things like that. But, you know, as it says, like, there's ways that that they may think is right, but it's actually the ways of death. It's actually destruction. So when they think that their child doesn't need a father, you know, that's what they may think. But, you know, of course we get a few odd stories, but in many cases, you know, there's a lot more worse things going on now than 50, 60 years ago when the black family was intact. So, yeah.
Well, again, we only had ourselves when we first came in.
Yeah.
And we had nothing. No one gave us anything. No one, you know, there were no meal tickets out there.
Yeah.
And we stuck together more. But now I think because we've been, what should we say?
Thrown a bone.
No, we've been assimilated.
Yes.
You know, we've assimilated more into the culture, the foreign culture that we've met here. And so they've learned to tolerate us a little bit more.
Yeah.
And so because of that toleration, we've relaxed.
Yes.
And we've let go of our family principles.
100% true.
And
I agree.
That has contributed a lot to the decline of our young men and women in society today, in this society at least.
Yeah.
And it's because we've forgotten our family's ways and traditions. You know, whether it be from a religious perspective, I don't want to jump onto the religious bandwagon and knock it or anything, or boost it up. But in the conversation even that we were having earlier, you know, if we had some form of moral code, you know, as we often had in our upbringing as whether Christians. For me, anyway, growing up in the Caribbean, it was the Christian religion that indoctrinated us. So, if we had some form of moral code,
like laws, you mean?
Laws, yeah.
That we live by, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm sure, you know, and inculcate it into our families.
Yeah.
Then I'm sure that we would not be having this problem that we've got in society now.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got laws, and there's a lot of brothers out there teaching it to the people, and these are the laws of God. Not to do with Christianity or, you know, anything, but just the laws of God. But it's been a very great interview. I'm very happy to have been able to interview, and it's been a good day.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.